nutrition is just one dimension, the kind of the foundation that everything is structured on, and everything that you eat turns into what you are. So basically with the method's something that Kayla created. She had tried and tested it back in the day, in like 2014 with some clients, and she really loved it. And she was the one who introduced me to looking at
the gym that you were. Okay.
Yep. And basically what it is, if we were to look at it for what it really is, it's an online coaching platform. And this online coaching platform helps to educate people not just on nutrition, counting macros, looking at micros, looking at nutrient dense food, looking at better food options, looking at ways to make people feel better, but also to allow people to have someone to talk to about, why they feel a particular way about food, why they emotionally eat, why they don't feel good in the morning. And if we look at how we are brought up through school, there's nowhere that you can really go to get good nutrition advice or education other than going and doing a tertiary degree. So if you want to know more about nutrition, you kind of got to go study nutrition. But if you want somewhere to go to learn like what a macro is, like what a macronutrient is, you have to go, like some people don't even know what to look up. It's just like they don't know. So this is just as much as a coaching platform as it is education platform as it is a performance enhancing program. This helps people really get the most out of their food to make them be better athletes, to be better at their careers, to be better at being a mom or a dad, or it's very holistic in the way that she does it, and she wants it to emulate what she feels is the best way to go about it, like anybody else. Like everyone has their own idea on what is good nutrition and what is bad nutrition, and
everybody thinks they eat good, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think if you're closed-minded about it, you just see your way as being the best, whereas Kayla and my opinions, we're open to learning new things. Like we don't know it all, but we know that we can help people progress and step forward to being better. So with nutrition, there is, particular clients that may just want to feel better, or they come to Kayla's program because they want to lose weight, or they come to Kayla's program because they want to be prepared for an Olympic lifting competition and be at a particular weight for that, or they want to, kind of like me, they want to just have peak performance in training and feel good and be able to bounce back and recover fast, or they're on the road a lot and they don't want to blow out when they're on the road, so they need someone to talk to help them through sticky situations where you get caught up and you just don't know what to do. Or like me, when I set myself up with a coach like Michelle, I could put together WODs and strength and stuff like that, but I don't want to think about it because someone looking from the outside in is probably going to have less emotional attachment to how it should be done, and will give me probably a better program. It will give me a better program, that's why I'm doing it. It's the same type of thing with nutrition. It's setting you up to plan for success, and putting a plan in place helps you to succeed. And I think everyone that does their nutrition from a particular angle, whether you're doing it with this company or this company or this company, at the end of the day, they're all working towards trying to make that client feel better, lead them towards their goals, and give them more than just macros. But it's very broad in what she does. It's very cool. They do count macros, they do look at micros, they do all that type of stuff for them. If they want a nutrition plan, they can take a nutrition plan if they want. But it's really up to the client to decide. It's helping them make the decisions, and it's being a soundboard for the client to talk to and to reflect on how they're approaching certain things. And sometimes it's just an education thing. Some people love just saying, tell me what to eat, when to eat it, and they'll get great results, and that's what they like. Some people want to have a glass of wine and go out for dinner and let go a little bit in that respect, and then get back on track on Monday. Sure, whatever's going to work for you best.
It's kind of like the same approach as like Michelle has with like your training. She knows that you'll like something, so their approach of that business is focused on whatever people like and how that could make them work best, right?
100%. That's exactly right. And I think that's why it's been so successful.
What do you do now? How was your approach across all those years? Did you like follow a strict diet at some point? Did you get a meal plan, or were you just kind of like that Rich Froning, like just eating peanut butter? And
Nah, I'm not like that. While I've been here in Montreal, I've been experiencing the culture of food here, which is cool. So it's very different, and I've never been to Canada before, apart from Toronto, which is a very fast trip. So I've let myself eat a little bit, out there while I'm here. But normally I try and just stick to an approach that I'm quite a chronic undereater, so I don't eat a lot. And sometimes, and it does work for me.
You forget about it, right?
Yeah, okay. It does.
You're one of those.
Yeah, I do forget about it, but now I'm consciously.
You'll have a bad training session if you didn't eat enough, right?
Yeah, sometimes. So now I'm conscious about when I should eat and when I shouldn't eat. So I know that I usually roughly, so on average, I have between 38 and 4,000 calories a day.
4,000
somewhere around there.
Oh yeah, I bet with all that training.
Yeah, so it's not a crazy gross amount or anything like that, but I try and space that into a window of eating during the day. So during the morning, I like to fast for a little while. In the morning, I don't like to eat when I initially get up in the morning, and that works well for me. Like I feel good, and I feel good in training.
Did you train on an empty stomach?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, just depending on what it is. If I know that I'm going into a heavy lifting session, I need to have something in me just because I feel lightheaded. But if I'm going out and doing aerobic work, like if I do Sunday mornings and I'm going out taking the crew for a bike ride, then I'm going for a run, and then I'm doing stretch, I won't eat until the end of that. So that's 3 hours. And I won't eat until the end of stretch. So that's like 9:30-ish. So, but if I'm getting up and I know I've got a heavy lifting session, then I'll need to get something into me before I do that, just because I want to be able to, I need something where I feel lightheaded when I'm front squatting or cleaning or snatching. So for me, and it also changes for me as I go through periods of the year where volume and intensity increases and when it goes down. And in my off season, I don't need to eat as much, not ridiculous amounts. And then when I get back into like maybe a strength gaining period and I wanted to add a little bit of size and strength, maybe I'll go up a little bit more. But for me, it's really about quality. It has to be about quality. It is about macros as well, because I need to hit my macros. I do feel better when I do get it very close to my macro targets, and I noticeably feel better, so I want to do that. But then it's not just eating whatever to fit those macros. I'll try and eat as much stuff grown from the ground, as little processed food as possible, stuff that's good for my gut, making sure I'm trying to get antioxidants and vitamins and minerals in, and putting salt with my water, and all the things that do add up to make me feel good and make me feel confident in the preparation that I put in. Sometimes confidence is all you need at the end of the day. And if I do those things and I'm feeling great, then I know I've laid a very good foundation for putting it all on the line when I get to the games. And knowing when I get to the games, I have to up what I do, because I'm not just burning energy during workouts. I'm burning energy thinking about the next workout, burning energy worrying, or burning energy, nervous energy, making sure I can combat that as much as possible. That's when nutrition plays a very big role.
I feel like, so was it always like that? Or
not always.
Did you kind of like struggle at some point where you needed that help that you're receiving right now?
Totally.
And was it at the games or?
Well, yeah. So my first year at the games, I chronically undereated. Underate, should I say. And I just wasn't having enough, and I just felt powerless, if that makes sense. Powerless. I felt like I just didn't have the strength, even though I trained hard. I just felt like I was lacking in strength and lacking in get up and go. So we worked on it, and it's like regionals. It took me 5 years to make it to the games. It's just refining and fine tuning what I do. So, and at the end of the day, like, I don't expect myself. Some things I jump into and I'm crush it straight away. Some things I jump into and it takes me longer, but I'm happy to work at it, because I think learning and innovating and evolving in every area that I do is part of the process. So nutrition is just one dimension, the kind of the foundation that everything is structured on, and everything that you eat turns into what you are.